All right, everyone, we're recording a promo for Pro Teaches Noobs.
Oh, what's a noob? Hey, you know who else is a noob? My mom!
All right, everyone, just forget it, okay?
Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teaches Noob. Today I have with me Brit.
Hello, hello.
And today we are continuing our Peter David Supergirl coverage. And yeah, we got to quite a bit last time, and it ended on quite a sad note, if you recall.
It very much did. Is the drama of this series keeps
Mm-hmm.
me very much on my toes. The fact that we've gone from the date or
Mm-hmm.
or the meeting the family, the very awkward thing with that, and the back and forth with the tension, and
Yep.
really going deep dive into the supporting cast and the civilian cast that really just gives them character. And then the identity reveal is kind of like,
Yep.
wow, that was something. uh, It was a good cliffhanger. I love that. I
Yep. And
love that.
yeah, let's be honest, it was going to end only one of two ways. There was only two ways it could have ended. They embrace her, or they freak out, and they freaked out.
Yes. I mean, that's honestly the at first I was like, oh, because that's her parents or, you know, and it's kind of like, no, you're not going to have that type of reaction. And
Mm-hmm.
it was a very over dramatic in a sense reaction. However, with everything that they've gone throughout,
Mm-hmm. Almost
y-
losing her.
it's kind of like, okay, yeah, their reaction makes sense. It definitely makes sense. And I'm just ready to continue on to know what will happen next.
Exactly. See what'll happen next, and yeah, like was she able to reunite with them? I'll give you a little hint. She does eventually, but not. I don't. I do not recall when she does.
It's a journey, and I don't
Yeah.
mind
Oh
going
yeah.
on it.
It'll be a journey. Definitely be a journey. But yep. So we're up to now. Last one was also a tie-in to Genesis, and what
Hmm.
I liked about it was it's a case where you think, oh no, there's going to be people who are going to be attacking, the city. They're going to go nuts like they did during Final Night, and nope, it was perfectly fine. Everything was for the most part good.
Hmm.
I still find that funny. It's just like, oh, okay then. And also, just to make it clear to everyone, we also have a different artist from before. We've instead of Gary Frank, we're having Leonard Kirk, who will be the regular artist throughout the whole series.
Okay.
Yep, and you've been enjoying his artwork.
Yes, I have.
Yep. So anyway, let us dive in now with the extremist measures. As we said, hard to believe these overgrown Tinker Toys had the whole world on their thumb. Ain't it, Wilbur? I don't like them. I got a bad feel. The extremists, that is the equivalent of Marvel villains.
Oh, okay.
This is, kind of like how you have the Squadron Supreme at Marvel.
Yes.
This was their take on that, but it's the villain side of it.
Okay. Well, Marvel and DC always copy whichever way.
Yep, but here though it's a case where Lord Havoc who's their equivalent of Doctor Doom is the one more recognized. Whereas with Marvel and Squadron Supreme, most people don't pay attention to the villain side.
Hmm.
Which I always have a bit of a laugh out of that. It's just like, really? 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 But yeah, so all of a sudden light goes out and they come to life. Like, knock, knock, who's there? Ah! We're back. Oh dear.
What the
Um,
road?
yep, they killed the guy.
Oh wow. Oh, we're
Um,
gonna get a little bit more graphic here.
yep, look at this.
Yeah, that'll give you nightmares.
Mommy, save me. Why didn't you save me, Ma? Oh boy. It's of course Sylvia having a nightmare because that's what she thinks has happened. I just, I, um, wow, right?
Yeah, that does give you nightmares.
Yeah, but you
This
can
art
see,
is,
yeah, remember, Sylvia's a religious woman.
yeah, so this is very much a spiritual battle within her mind and soul and everything like that. And
Yeah,
especially with the flames and the skulls and all of that.
the
Yeah, that's
melting.
definitely a spiritual message.
It definitely is. It definitely is. And it's well drawn here. I like how it's not too grotesque.
Right.
But yeah, so like and it's all right. Tell me it was a dream. That Linda isn't. Sil, you gotta calm down. I need to go out. A walk. No, you don't. Not one of your walks. I swear I won't go to the for your own good, Sil. No. Just have to that makes you wonder already, like, what do they mean by that? Your walks.
Right.
Yep, but and then Supergirl.
I do love this page
Oh, I
because
do
this
love it.
is the silhouette. You can only see the symbol, you can't see her face. It does give you that creepy vibe, and now it feels like you are given the perspective of the parents now, and they are having this darker perception or perspective.
Exactly. But I wanted to let you know that everything was going to be all right. That the aliens are gone and everything. Get out of here! Get out! I swear to God, it's me. It's Linda. I wish I could tell you how I feel. How wonderful it is to be us. Daddy, I don't call me that. Don't. Ah! It's okay. Daddy, stop struggling, please. See, it's all right. I try to make everything all right. That's why I absorbed our daughter. Who the hell else have you got in there with you? The first time I ever saw you, I was suspicious of you. I should have stuck with that. Hiding what you did, lying to us. I know. I was scared. Ma, where's my little girl? What have you done with her? I'm right here, Ma. See? Stop it. Stop doing that. Putting on her face like it's a mask. Stop it. I put off telling them because I was afraid it might be bad. And not only was it bad, and now I've made it worse. What kind of God would do this? Oh dear.
Wow. Oh yeah, so we're going continue on with her spiritual battle.
Yep. Oh, and then we also get Willie and Wally, who, as I told you before, thinks he's
Hmm.
God.
Yes.
But yeah, we're worried about you, Wally. You never have any friends over. We wonder if you have any friends at all. Your grandmother and I want you to have a life. I do have a life. I know you know that. I have everybody's life. Oh, Wally, we're not going back there and going to that again, are we? We've been over this. You're not. You know. Can we talk about this later, Grandpa? I got stuff to do. Wally, we're concerned. Your grandfather and I, we've been thinking maybe you should see someone, a therapist. Don't need one, Grams. Gotta go. Wally, come back here. Well, dang, boy moves like grease lightning.
It's
Ugh.
so it's interesting about his design. He's very with the suspenders, and then I just can't get over the fact that he's carrying the bat everywhere.
Oh, we did see him get nasty in the
Yes.
last issue, though, so we know that he has a darker side, too,
Yes.
which kind of terrified me a little bit. It's like, yikes, this kid can really get nasty.
Hmm.
But, I think they come. Okay, but yeah, then I wrecked their lives, Ma. What am I going to do? Linda, you've just got to give them time. Time to heal. Time to come to terms. Should I talk to May? Sorry, Linda. I can handle it, Jonathan. If they're the kind of people you say, especially Sylvia with her face, they'll come to understand and accept you. Would you like to get away for a spell? Got your old room all set? I don't know. Blowing town on town a few days sounds nice. but maybe someplace new. Someplace. Gotta go, Ma. Someone's at the door. With my luck, it's the Lethal Legion or something. Dick! Hey, Len. Look, I know it's crazy. First thing in the morning, you probably got your whole day planned, but I'm heading down to Charlotte for the weekend, visit my mom, and I thought you guys would like to and would hit it off. No funny stuff, of course. There's a nice guest room, man. Give me 5 minutes to pack. Damn, I'm good. I'll be honest. I think the same way as him. I would be feeling like, especially with how nervous I can be, I'd be like, damn, I'm good at this.
Honestly, I love the dialogue here. The characters feel so real without, trying too hard. I feel like a lot of the newer writers, it's kind of like they can't write the characters natural as real
No,
people just because they're fiction. I mean, you were still giving them a voice and they really can't. So
exactly.
this is quite refreshing, with,
Hmm.
like I said, with reading older stories and runs than the newer stuff. I would much rather and prefer um these older runs for sure.
Right. Okay. Early bird catches the worm. I keep missing connections with Linda, and this time I'm going to catch up with her. Show her a good time. And, well, who knows? Because I got a funny feeling about her that there's something about her that she keeps hidden from the world, and maybe even herself. Oh, if there's one thing I love, it's a Mr. Gee, for a comedian, I've got the worst timing in the world. Remember, this is Cutter's ex.
Hmm.
Yep, and I'm so curious. Are they trying to make it be being friends or more? Because did it get to a point where you start to wonder, hmm.
Yeah, the back and forth, the slow burn, the will they, won't they.
Yeah, it's starting to
Yeah.
make you wonder. Like, it's like again when you had stuff like Tim Drake wanting to bring back his best friend from the dead, but not focusing on doing the same with Stefan or his dad. Gay kept giving me the wrong idea of like, uh. So it's similar to this, where it's like she really wants them to meet up and hang out, but it feels like you'll have a connection and all that. So I'm like,
Hmm.
is she bi? Is she just really want to be good friends? Given all that the betting she made with Cutter, what's going on here? And like she says, I love it. Like it's one thing I love. It's a mystery.
Hmm.
Like, well, where is she? How long are we supposed to stay here? And where's Uncle Mitch? That's what I want to know, Tracer. Where the hell is Uncle? Don't speak of him, Gorgon. He dared to shut us down. So, yeah, I am Lord Havoc. I dare all. Softly, my lord. You have all the time in the world, as do I. Who are you? Why do you speak so softly? Because it suits me. I am Twilight, the eternal Twilight, and you will be my soldier. Now, to make clear, these are clearly not the actual Lord Havoc and Extremis. It's those machines brought to life, or those decorations, or whatever.
Hmm.
Because yeah, it's a wax museum, so it's wax figures brought to life. Little monster, do not try that again. I have given you a second chance at life, and you defied me. A third time will be your last. Twit. Now your first and foremost desire to destroy, to terrorize. That I will permit, but not the entire world simultaneously. Instead, one city at a time. Why? Because, Tracer, it also suits me. Problems? I thought not. Well, seeing her brother, and his full name is Paul Johnson and Harcourt. And he was only, oh, geez, he was only 19.
Oh,
That's too young.
very young.
Look, I've been giving a lot of sunlight, and I was angry, so angry what he did to you, and I just wanted to keep hating and hating, but something happened to me. I'm not sure what, but it's like the hate is gone. I miss you. I still miss you. Still hurt, but it's like I made peace with it somehow. I mean, the night you were killed, none of us were ourselves. I like how, yeah, we have him move on pretty quick, not too quick. It's been an issue since a couple of issues since the Silver Banshee thing. In fact, it's been 1, 2, 3 issues so since then, but still, they still resolved it.
Right. And I mean, I've
What?
noticed that with issue through issue, sometimes it'll be maybe a day afterwards, maybe a few days. But when they make it clear that maybe a few months has passed or maybe a
Then you're
full
like,
year, yeah, sometimes it's better. Sometimes it's kind of like, okay, you're jumping too far ahead, but it just all depends. But I do like when they give certain things,
a resolution.
yeah, a resolution and just let it breathe as well.
Yeah. She sounds charming. Now, also remember, we find about Dick. His parents are rich, but he chooses to be out on his own.
Yes.
So even, but of course, he's not stupid. He'll still ask for roles if it'll help show him up, as opposed to using his own garbage car. I still love that. Like, hey, I want to be a my own. I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, I love it. You know the way I drive, Ma. Faster than a speeding bullet. Linda, what's your snickering about? Oh, nothing, nothing. I love little jokes like that.
Yeah. The comedic timing again is very spot on.
Yep, but yeah, I drive faster than speeding bullets. Of course, you're going to be like, I mean, I think anyone would if they know Superman. But then, someone's attacking. So they head on out, find out what's happening, and I think I'm going to be Linda. You got to get a cab home or something. I got to go get the ma. Oh, and look at that artwork. Look at that. You follow it down and then you look right up.
Exactly.
I miss art style like that where you're just like, oop, you read it and then you look up.
Yes, the dynamic framing of stuff, it's just so simplified now because it's either because of the artist can't convey, unique styles, and you have some artists that just are
What are
very
too
straightforward.
stilted?
Definitely right. Or writers like Tom King, he loves the 9 panel grid thing, and
Ugh.
it all depends on the artist that could really make that um dynamic. But other than that, yeah, the art itself, is simplistic, and it's just it's not as good as it once was. It doesn't really stand out as it once did. So yeah, again, to see this in older runs is kind of like, oh man, we are
Yeah.
missing a lot.
Interesting thing. Turns out Peter David's name, Leonard Kirk, is one of the 3 artists whose art has mostly closely matched the visuals he conceived when writing the script. The others being George Perez and Dale Keown.
Hmm.
That is huge praise.
Right.
But yeah, Sylvia, you look rather down this morning. Oh, this is like, I quit. What? You heard me, Larry. But why? Because either there is no God, or if there is, he doesn't give a damn about us. So I don't give a damn about him anymore. I don't blame her.
Wow. Her.
I do not blame her at all.
Yeah.
And notice how much we're getting jam-packed. This is still the one issue we're in. Just how much he crams into it. I miss when people did that. And that was always the big problem about decompressed storytelling,
Yes.
where it takes forever. Like even one issue doesn't get through. That's one of my problems with the Absolute DC. It's taking so many issues to get through something that normally would have taken at least 2.
Right. And I think it's because a lot of writers, they don't have a full story. It
No,
feels
just a
like
small story.
yeah, so they say that so they have to drag out so much
Stretch
just
it out.
to
Yeah.
just to get to those 12 issues. Here, you have a lot going on, but at the same time, you're still getting the breathing room, and it's just so fast paced, though, and it doesn't feel decompressed. Even if it is like the 2 issue arcs or something, it still feels like there's it's not dragging on.
No, not at all. It's fast. Now, I would say some of the artwork, like here, looks good, but too much forehead. I mean it, right? I mean, doesn't that guy stick out a little too much compared to like they're fine here? I don't know. Just
I guess it's the way the hair is supposed to
yeah.
grow. Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad. Just like a little like
Yeah.
that. But yeah, she's putting up a good fight against them, and oh, what just happened? Fire from my eyes? Not heat vision, pure fire. This is where we're building up more on the Earth or an angel stuff. I'm beautiful. Never realized before. Well, lying down on the job again, huh? Wake up. We got work to do. Next, Power Girl. Like you hadn't figured that out. Now, just to make this clear, this is Power Girl when she believed either she was a granddaughter of Arian of Atlantis or something. She doesn't know that she's a Kryptonian from Earth 2.
Oh yeah, I forgot her origin is a little wonky.
Because they wanted to still keep the whole Superman was the only Kryptonian.
Kryptonian. Yeah, right.
Which again, perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, look at that cover.
Oh yeah, you can definitely tell their difference even
Yep.
more so.
Yep.
It's not
Just not their
the
height. Just not the height.
right.
But yeah, like the eyebrows and everything, completely different eyebrows, completely different facial, structure and everything.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Nose is a little higher, eyes are shaped differently, ears are different, all of that. I like that.
Yeah.
There you are. I see ye, I see ye. I can see and see ye, Jane. Oh boy, look at all these people. But then we see, can't make me, get away from there, wretched thing. What are you going on about, Molly? Oh, the kitty heard it. We have to make it better. Aw, poor birdie. Molly, what are you? Molly? Molly, don't ever tell us all you did that. Not ever. So apparently she can bring life to things. Which explains what she did.
That's a beautiful yet very
That's a dangerous power.
terrifying. Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. I'm just looking up about the character. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
See if this character has been used before. Uh, oh! Oh! Yeah, she's going to be important in this series for a lot of the run.
Okay.
Not so much here, but later on. But I'll just say her origin here, it's not what you think it is. You think it's Earth, it's not Earth. Okay, technically they were born on Earth, but they were born somewhere else and traveled to Earth. Let me rephrase that. But I'll leave this unspoiled because it's going to be an interesting reveal. But yeah, her ability to raise the dead and everything is very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Blonde Justice, which, as I told you, was originally what Peter David was going to rename Supergirl if he had continued on. Pardon me for saying, but I'm not impressed. A power down combo of me and Superman and me. Be still, my heart. Power Girl? Very good. Boy, that'll teach me to lend a hand. Guess if I want respect, I'll stick with the Sovereigns. This is when she was part of Sovereign 7 that Chris Claremont wrote. One of his good writings at DC, not the other one. God, but you're dreading April Fool's Day, aren't you?
I am.
Inside joke, people. Inside joke. Okay, so I goofed. It happened. So why Charlotte of all places? The extremists don't need reason. They live purely for destruction. Well, not exactly live, and not live exactly. They're robot dupes of villains from another dimension. Sorry I asked. It was before your time. They blackmailed our whole world with the threat of nuclear holocaust. I was with the League at the time, and we took them down. But it wasn't easy. So if it was the whole League before, why is it just you now? Because even superheroes can't be in two places at once. Well, except for those superheroes who can be in two places at once. Everyone's dealing with various post-Godwave crises. But I was only 200 miles off, and when I saw it with the extremists, I think people being in danger would be sufficient reason for you to turn out. Don't get holier than thou with me, kiddo. I've had my own problems, and I've been doing this a lot longer than you. And I'm here now, and that's what counts. Now let's go. I think this is the first time these two have ever met in Matrix's entire existence.
I'll say.
Yeah, and I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Cutter, look, you call me up and say, want to spend a fun afternoon together, and I agree to it because, frankly, it must be nuts. And you bring me here? It's where I go to blow off steam. Great. Well, I don't need to blow off steam. Yeah? Aside from the other night with me, when was the last time you had a date? I don't have time for dates. I'm only here against my better judgment. And what are you getting out of the truck? What the hell? Shh. Be very, very quiet. Oh, boy. Ma, where are you? Ma, it's Richard. Where are you? Oh, Jesus. Oh, sweet Jesus. My God, you're everywhere. Everywhere I need to be. Stay back, okay? Oh, man. Oh, geez. We got to get her to a hospital. I really shouldn't move her. I could do more and do her more damage. And damage won't matter if she's dead. Okay, Dick. Okay. Stay out of trouble. How'd you know my name? Oh, boy, this whole attack. Power Girl. You remember me. I'm flattered. You've tortured and terrorized so many people. I'm glad you recall little me. Now, as for me, I most certainly remember you, creeping slime. An overconfident fool. We easily handled your entire group last time. What makes you think you alone can withstand us? Well, for starters, last time we thought we were dealing with flesh and blood foe, not deluded automatons. And unlike you, we have respect for life and treated you accordingly. But since I know the truth about you now, nothing's going to stop me from turning you into clockwork parts. What the heck? That should have hurt her, and that shouldn't have hurt her at all. I was just trying to get her attention. But far be it from old Tracer to pass an opportunity, because when it comes to opportunities, I'm the first to stake a claim. Beautiful. Well done, Tracer. Oh, dear. Something's up with Power Girl. As then we see, please don't let anyone else in my family die. They say you can help. Quiet and let me pray. Oh, brings them all back from the dead and everything, or heals them all. Oh, boy. Oh, geez. Still scaring vermin is the therapeutic. Helps deal with pent-up frustration. And it's safer than sex. Here. Me? Cutter, I'm a doctor, a healer. I cherish life. Even disgusting, germ-ridden. Damn! Whoa, nice shot. Almost hit the rats. Wasn't aiming at the rats. I kind of actually like that. Just shooting garbage and everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good way to get the layoff stress. You're not going to shoot any people. You're shooting rats.
Right. Well, rats, that's pretty ironic with reading this and then knowing
oh, jeez. Mouse man.
Yes, that's pretty ironic. But here, I would say that shooting the rats, even I wouldn't say shoot the rats, but
well, that even says, lucky for them, I'm soft-hearted and a lousy shot.
Yeah.
but scaring them is enough. But we find out with Sylvia, now that she no longer has God, she's gone to the bottle.
Oh, yeah, that really
What a
just
surprise.
that's
And,
very a realistic take of someone who goes, to the extremes of either they are extremely, an alcoholic and then they find religion and they become super religious,
and
or
then,
they
yeah.
are super religious and, something happens to where now they're alcoholics. So yeah, this
And
is
I
a
think this
very
is what the
realistic take.
husband meant by your walks, walking to
Oh,
bars.
the foreshadowing of that, yeah.
That's what it meant by her walks. And then she did this before. And look at this. Wally's grandmother falls over. And like, do you know CPR? Me? I don't know anything. Oh, jeez.
She's just depressed.
I don't blame her. What are you, vulnerable to wood? Worse, to any raw and processed natural material. So sticks and stones really can break my. Ah, geez. So this one she had a different, or they never explained away this weakness, her having this weakness. Maybe it was a placebo effect. Her mind thought that was her real weakness, so it made it real.
Right.
That's the only explanation I can give for that. Yep. Oh, they took out Lord Havoc, and they started taking out all the others. We see a scene that I immediately sense occurred centuries ago, as we cut the centuries ago, and she tried to use her powers to save him, but she can't use it on her sister. So of course she's all like, "No, no!" Oh boy, that's rough.
Oh, this is very much giving um a life and death sort of,
Yeah,
playing in that sense of, how people say you can't play God, and especially,
yep.
with doctors and stuff like that. So with having that type of power in fiction, it is, as, saying it's beautiful. It can be beautiful, but at the same time it's very dangerous and it can,
And yep, and it was the
have
Black Death.
emotions.
And it was the
Right.
Black Death because they have the ring around the rosies. That was about the Black Death.
Yeah.
Did you know that ring around the rosies was about the Black Death?
I did not. Now that's gonna. Well, I know that nursery rhymes and everything else is very creepy. It's, when
Or
you.
Black Plague? It was either the Black Death. Oh no. Oh, never mind. It's not. It's um. Oh, never mind. It's not. It turns out that was okay. That was a rumor. All right.
Well, I mean, someone had to make it up. I mean, like I said, a lot of the nursery rhymes and, old little like Jack and Jill went up the hill,
Yep.
baby, the cradle and the tree, um,
Yep.
you
Yep.
know, those types of things, they are very dark.
Right,
When
right.
you
But
when
so,
you
okay, this is something that people latched onto since World War II.
I see.
But
Yeah.
clearly Peter David's intent here too, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, now they'd be like, uh, you did well. I was kind of hard on you earlier. I resent you a little, I guess. I mean, when I first came along years ago, some people considered me a replacement for you, and you weren't even here yet. It's complicated. Ha! In other words, Peter David's leaning on the continuity kerfuffle.
Well, at least he's doing it in a very
A jokey way.
right.
It's like don't even, like, it's complicated. You're like, some people consider me a replacement for you, and you weren't even here yet. It's complicated. I love it. It's okay. I mean, heck, I did slug you after all. You're right. Guess you had it coming. I like how he writes the two here.
And this is a much better dynamic than what they've tried to do with a Supergirl. I would just say a Supergirl and Power Girl. The
Oh,
most recent one
recent
was,
one, yeah.
yeah,
Paige.
yeah, it
Don't get me
wasn't.
started on Paige. Do not get me started on Paige. Oh, the Sparrow, a meeting of minds. Sylvia, you sure you're okay to drive? You seem okay, but you had quite a few to. I'm okay. Oh dear. Uh-oh. No. You'll never guess who I ran into.
He's kind of drawn to look like the Hulk. Like if you,
Oh, he was hawkish during this point.
yeah, if you just look at that page alone, you would think that's just a purple pinkish Hulk.
Mm-hmm. I love that though. You'll never get or a purple savage dragon.
Oh, right.
You don't know much about Savage Dragon, do ya?
No.
1 second. There we go. See what I mean?
Now I see. Wow,
Yep.
that is very much a
This is an
yeah,
image.
that is
Funny
from
this one.
Image. I
Yep.
was gonna say that is from Image. The name sounded familiar, but I
Yep.
just really couldn't
It's the guy
place the picture.
that Eric Larson has since been drawing, having a lot of really kinky sex with his wife and all that. That character.
Hmm.
And he does it just for outrage buys. Because a lot of his books gets, like loses views, but because of piracy.
Right.
But I love it out. You'll never guess who I ran into. Dark joke. But yeah, so they're meeting up with some mom and all that. And I admit I feel a bit embarrassed with her see me like this. But at least she was an old friend. With you, Linda, I'm a bit mortified, this being our first meeting and all. Mortified? For heaven's sake, Mrs. Malvern, your house collapsed on you. You're lucky to be alive. You okay? Yeah, just my back hurts again, flaring up. Helping rub it all and all that. Who's this? This is my mom's old friend, Elizabeth Persky. Liz and Linda Danvers. Oh my God, Elizabeth, my old friend's mentor, and my former wife of Lex Luthor.
This is
One, no, not this is
Lex.
not the Constance, but this is a different one.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, let me double check. Elizabeth Persky. Yep, just simply said Lex's ex-wife. Only appeared though in here. Oh no, wait. She appeared in a previous miniseries beforehand for a few issues. So this is time back to an old loose end.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Sorry. Yep.
I don't really see Lex as married, so that's very interesting.
Well, to be fair, then you did have him marry the Constance who gave him his daughter Lena Luthor during the Electric Blue, but she was more done out of business reasons.
Right.
Yep. But I just love it. That's very considerate of you, Linda. You'll pardon me if I don't get up. Well, you're in the bed and can't move, so it's that's a joke. Yeah, I get it. Well, fine. You stay right there. Bye-bye. Richard, dear, is your friend adult in some way? Oh. Ooh. was too sick for words. They must think I'm a complete idiot. Seeing Elizabeth after all this time, knowing her while she didn't know me, just weirded me out. Although, considering everything I've been through lately with Twilight and the Extremis and this mysterious comet, plus God only knows what's going on with Mom and Dad, well, the weirdness should fit right. Ah! Incoming! Get it together! Gotta get it together now! What the hell was going on? Why is my back spasming like it's on fire? We'll get to that. Oh, by the way, this is not actually Despero. This is Despero's body possessed by Elrond, the android from the Wahaha era of the Justice League. I keep forgetting about that.
Interesting.
Yep, but he explains about what happened and all that. Trying to get back into doing some of the artwork like Linda used to do. Meets up with a friend, Andy. Oh, but then the Kents show up. So are these your folks? Oh crap! They're now the phone. What is this? Grand Central? Hello, oh Maddie, hi. This isn't great timing. Linda, listen, I've got some bad news. Oh my God, yeah, I'll be right over. Oh geez, she actually goes white. Look at that.
Yes. This is.
Ugh.
I would say that having the back and forth with the Kens being supportive and then her real, quote unquote, real parents are still on the outs is a very nice balance.
Yep. Oh, geez. I love this. Everyone calls us Ma and Pa. You're Ma Kettle, and I'm Pa Kettle. Ma and Pa Kettle. Just being coitus, that's all. Wonderful, Jonathan. Next time you be Boris, I'll be Natasha. I miss the kids being this lively. I miss them being this lively.
Right. If the Kents were, in a sense, universal, I would say, then
yeah,
even I would be a little bit more perceptive to them. I like them, either way. I can go either way with them, alive or
right.
Unalive.
But this is how they were post-crisis. They would appear and stuff like this, and they would always be this great personalities, and they weren't just, oh, Clark's mom and pa. Like, no, they had personalities, they had lives.
Yeah, I would, but now it feels like, again, it's all because of the writers. They don't have that creativeness to give them more personality. So they are just the nice parents that, adoptive parents that are pretty much how writers are doing it now. Are the Kents are nice, Krypton and the Elves are bad.
Again, I don't think the comics are going that far.
With the
Williamson and all that have not handled them that way, is what I'm saying.
They haven't. The whole Jor-El being what was that? The whole Oz thing.
Oh yeah. But again, that was mentally in the Rebirth, and then that got dropped, and since then they seem to retcon Jor-El back to being its good-natured self again.
Yeah, but it's still the fact of just Krypton period. They just need to clean up a little bit more and emphasize that it's not the desolate, like cold planet in a sense, or at least the elves. Just to give, I guess, this back and forth thing with fans, and especially they're gonna talk whether it's the message boards or on Twitter, but it's still that you have to be careful with the way the message is conveyed. Because of a lot of the fans, they go into that the Kents are better, than the elves are bad type thing. And you don't want that message, especially for Superman to be that immigrant story and to balance, and what it's about is balancing his identity. So I'm just saying that they need to have a little bit more balance.
Agreed. Now, just make it clear now, it looks like the Sparrow's trying to climb back up, trying to retake control. That's the problem with Elrond here. He's trying to hold it, but unfortunately, the Sparrow's come back. Dad, what are you doing here? Maddie told me what happened. My mom's still in the OR. No word yet. Are you, Maddie, could you leave us alone a moment? Sure, Linda. So this is where you got off to. It all comes back. Of course, we say she's a fighter, but I don't know how much fight she has left. It's okay, Grandpa. I understand now. It's like he's trying to explain it, but then he's like, Wally thinks, oh, nope, I understand completely. I'm God after all.
I love that little. I mean, he's so little, and then that's the run-on thing is that I'm God. Whether he is or not, it's still just that.
He has powers. We know that. And I
Yeah,
gotta say, that's at least a better mindset where he thinks like, oh, I'm God. And but he thinks in this whole like, I want to help people. They're all my children. As opposed to, I am God.
right.
But I don't understand why you're doing this stuff. Why I'm what would you rather I was dead, huh? I just want a hug so bad. I want you to love me, Daddy, and I want everything back the way it was. Like and what was that, huh? When I was angry, eaten up inside, self-destructive, and unwilling to give you the time of day, that way it was? Why can't you admit things are better than they've been in years? Because I don't know if it's a put on. If you're real, I don't. What the? Dad, I gotta go. I'm sorry. What's freezing in here? Yeah, you could say that. I love this. Hi, I'm God.
And
This would
then
be
the
the first time we would have
reaction,
gotten that.
and the reaction is just kind of like, what?
And then my God. But I do like this. Again, it's just like, I get why the dad feels upset. He doesn't know if this is a put on.
Right. And this is how you use a 9-panel grid as well.
Yep. You use it to move forward. You don't use it for a wash, rinse, repeat pages. That I blame Bendis for establishing.
Oh, Bendis was the first to do
Well,
that.
Bendis was the one, not in the 9-panel grid, but he was the one who did the whole have his artist be lazy by just copy pasting the artwork with just the different speech bubbles.
Oh, that is awful. That is very awful.
Yep. But yeah, this Supergirl, quickly kill me before it's too late. Oh dear, just fighting it off. And he's ready to take over and up. There's the fire wings.
I love this page.
Agreed. I'm just checking one thing quickly. Okay, there we go. Just wanted to check one thing, but sorry about that. But yeah, that's where we're introduced to the angel wing. Wings of Fury! So how long has your grandpa there thought he was God, Mr. Johnson? Oh, call me Noah, please. I'm Fred. Now, Wally, he's been through a lot. You gotta understand. Wally's mom died in childbirth, and he never knew his dad. Raised by his aunt and uncle till they died in a fire when he was 3. Poor Wally almost died himself during that. After he recovered, he came to us. And then a year or so ago, claimed as you please, they call him as you please. Told us he was the Almighty. I keep asking him to turn me my water into wine, or at least a bud. My wife tells me and tells me to stop playing into it. Gramps, I'm sorry. Sorry, Wally. What about Mr. Johnson? I'm afraid we weren't able to revive her. I'm sorry. Aww.
That's so sad.
But yeah, trying to fight out, but Elron is a friend, and she knows it. So it's like the whole, what do I do? Just kill him because Despair is taking over, or stop him? And she has all these new abilities now from being the Earthborn angel. Worse, Supergirl's find some red nut. Mr. Danvers, your wife's out of surgery. Still touch and go, though, but she's stable. I'm sorry I can't stay. We have an emergency down ER. Hence the E part. I understand. Go. Don't worry. She'll be all right. Oh, that's right. And you know because you're God. Didn't you go with your grandfather to fill out forms or something? He thinks so. I'm where I need to be. And now you need to be with me? Well, no. Sometimes I just do stuff I feel like. If you read the OT, you'll see I'm kind of moody. Oh, and why are you kind of moody? Well, being one God and everything, I'm not just an independent entity. I'm sort of a combo of all different gods, melded by the collective consciousness of humanity. That's not uncommon, you know? Combined beings, maybe you've met one. Wait a minute, what are you talking about? What do you know? What do I know? Hello, Domnificent. Ring a bell? Mr. Danvers, you can see her now. Hold on, Maddie, I forgot something. Be right back. Look, kid, just what? Huh? No, wait a minute. This whole bit about maybe you've met one? Obviously, they're talking about Supergirl.
Yeah.
Nope, and we all wind up. Just names on forms. Here you are, Gramps. Thank you, Wally. Ah. Oh, gee, look, God. I haven't asked you for much, okay? But could you, cut us a break? Now, he doesn't believe that he's God, but he will actually pray to God.
Yeah.
I like that, because that's what would happen, especially when you have someone as religious as she was. Oh, boy, Morvay trying to calm things down and all that, and just keeps going back and forth, as we see his spirit is trying to take over. Cutter's getting a good photo at, uh-oh! They say that he's over 8 feet tall. They're all muttering about, Maddie, got a second? Mr. Danvers, I'm kind of in a hurry. What do you think of Supergirl? You're kidding, right? She saved my life, saved Linda's, saved who knows how many more. She's a genuine angel of mercy, Mr. D. Everyone knows that. Yeah. Everyone knows that, and that, don't they? Mr. Danvers, wait, where are you? Your wife is... What a weird guy. Oh, heads over there to help Supergirl. He's finally realized it. I love it. Hey, Supergirl, do me a favor, will ya? Kick his butt!
That is so sweet. That is...
And she finally is able to get control.
Because she needed her parents, or at least her father for now.
Yep.
Their confidence and their love back.
Yep. And I love it. You'd make any father proud. Ah! And I like it. It didn't take long. It took only a few issues to resolve, at least on his end, but it makes sense.
Right.
Oh, boy. There you are. Every time I turn around, you're someone else. And lots to do, Graham. What with being omnipresent and all that. I've had enough with this! Enough with this stupidity! You're not God! I am too! Oh, yeah? Show me a miracle then, God! Hurl a lightning bolt! Part the ocean! No, something small, simple! Bring back my wife! It was too soon. She wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. Hey, what are you, nuts? You say you're God, Wally? Then bring her back! I already did, Gramps. What? Right there, second row, second from the left. Did I do okay, Gramps? Gramps? Yeah. Wally, you did fine.
Oh,
So, reborn.
that is heartbreaking.
And even if he isn't God.
At the same time, it's very a message of the
Death and
full
rebirth.
circle. Yeah, right.
I love this. Again, this was such strong writing, but I could also see why some people didn't take to it.
I mean, there's a lot of the religious aspect, and maybe there are some fans who don't. That doesn't resonate with them as strongly. However, if you just look at it in that sense of the bitter sweetness of death and and all, it's kind of like, okay, this is how life truly is.
Right. By the way, this is during the Electric Blue era, so she's wearing an outfit that was clearly based off of it.
Well, now when I see the Electric Blue, I would think of it is supposed to be worn in the snow in the winter.
It kind of fits.
Right.
I love also Supergirl, miss, can I get your autograph? No problem at all, tall little stranger. Look, I'm heading to the hospital for visiting hours. Your mom should be awake soon. I appreciate your understanding about not seeing her until she's had time. Just tell me when you think it's okay for me to see her. And Dad, you don't have to cover with autograph and stuff. We've talked plenty in the past. Sorry, I'm new to this secret identity thing. Like, I know, but that's okay. I made arrangements. You'll understand. Okay, sounds mysterious. Hey, Supergirl, could you sign my stuff for me and my friend? Especially Kenny. He'll die when he sees this. Guess you like to move in mysterious ways, like Wally. Wally? Like, weird little kid with glasses and a bat. Thinks he's God. Met him at the hospital. Poor kid's grandmother just passed away. Wait a minute. Oh boy, but Mr. Carvian has to see me. I've been with this company for 24 years. Mr. Sears, I understand you're being upset, but Mr. Carvian is in a meeting. Heads over. Yeah! Don't bother trying to move, Mr. Sears. I'll be a few minutes before you'll be long enough. You rang for security? Oh, never mind. I see the problem. Thanks, Vinny. Okay. Oh, we carry the weight of the world. You haven't heard the last of Roland Sears. She was something when she was young, Wally. She was a flapper, you know. I know, Graham. She could cut up the dance floor. She was a pistol, she was. She was something else, my Lucy. I'll be back in a few minutes, Gramps. That's fine, Wally. You can come out now. Impressive. Make it yourself. Some unsavory type I used to know built it as a hiding place. Thought I'd hide here during the funeral now that it's over. Well, save the condolences. I'm fine. Say what you wish. Okay, so, you're God. Yep, a god named Wally. Variant on Yahweh. So, what can I tell you? You can tell me why you're always hanging around the outskirts of my life. You can tell me why I should believe you. You say you're God. Prove it. Prove it? And how would you suggest I do that? A miracle is a traditional method. We live in a miraculous world, my dear. How would I stand out? Transmutate elements? Metamorpho does that. Change forms? Martian Manhunter? Control weather wizard? Telepathy? Aquaman? Change the course of mighty rivers? Bend steel in my bare hands? Okay, so I just have to believe in you then? You don't have to do anything. That's called free will. I like how this is handled.
Yeah, I love their interaction.
Oh, geez, and of course, you may ask me 3 questions. Only 3? Yes, 2 left. That counted? Are you kidding? Yes, no. That's 3. Bye. I love those old jokes.
That was cute.
Yep. Oh. Okay, 3 more. Just don't ask why I need a starship. I'm sick of that joke. Well, if you're God, why do you have a grandfather and a family history? I created them. A child alone attracts attention. I try to keep a low profile so as not to upset the God is dead people. Next, why you're in Leesburg of all places? It's not just here. I'm everywhere. You know, like Elvis. Last, what am I? You're an Earthborn angel. Go to the library. Read Angels on Earth by Professor R.K. Simpson. Gotta go. Of course, don't want to leave your fictional grandfather alone too long. Oh, I'm not worried. Right now, he's in a world of his own. I like how, again, there's nothing that confirms or denies things for him.
Right.
He could be just a very intelligent higher being that's not God, but, you know, whatever. But he is still a human boy. Or maybe he is God and he created all this.
Right. Yeah. I like the ambiguity. I like the interactions, and just, again, it's not overly religious or anything like that. It's not,
Oh,
but it is a spiritual type journey, and it's written in that sense, but it's not anything to be offensive,
yep,
and it's very universal of what the characters go through,
yep.
and um things that happens in life to everyone. So
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, the Star Trek reference, I love that because he wrote Star Trek novels,
Really, that's a good connection.
especially when it came to Q and everything. He's the one who wrote Q Squared that revealed Trelane from the original series was a Q use, or he did Imazadi that really established the Worf, Riker, Troy triangle.
I would definitely have to know what it is. I don't know everything about that franchise.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. But oh boy, look at it. The guy apparently had his own tech, so he's coming off to go after his job. Oh, and we had actually, and how's she doing? She fades in and out. She's been half awake, muttered a few words, faded out again. You're a doctor? Actually, Linda sent me. Linda and Supergirl. Who are you? I'm the arrangement she made. Just call me John. At least till I get to know you better. You and I, we're a fraternity of sorts, Fred. We're parents of the same child. In a way, she figured maybe I'd give you some pointers. Mind if I sit down? We can talk about Linda if you like, or anything else on your mind. Guess your wife's your major concern at the moment. Got that right. In fact, she's part of what brought me around, you know. I mean, I thought I lost Linda back when she was kidnapped. Then she came back to me. Then I thought I lost her again. And then I thought I lost Sylvia. I have to hold on to what I've got. I won't lose my child again. Or my wife, God willing. Linda told me there was a car accident. She was drinking. Linda doesn't know it, but Sylvia was way above the legal limit. She's not much of a drinker, doesn't know the dangers of booze. Actually, she's a remarkable drinker. Sylvia's a recovering alcoholic, or at least she was recovering. All right. Oh boy, those two woke up together.
Oh, wow. Well, that was a given.
We knew this is where it was going.
Right.
Did we what? Are you naked under there? Yep. Oh, I'm gonna barf. Oh, well, thanks, Maddie. Shut up, Cutter. I think that's all. Just gotta get my hands out of the cloud. I'm really starting to hate this town. The guy's just bumbling around trying to get control of it so he can get his revenge. I love that. The guy doesn't even know what he's doing.
Just destructive.
But he's just trying to figure out what to do so he can get his revenge.
That is hilarious. This is very comedic. It really, you go from very intense and dramatic, a little bit dark, to then it lightens up.
Yep, but I love it also. It's like, what the devil's happening? The suit's powered by an artificially created and contained white dwarf. I figured that would give it infinite energy. I've reversed the gravity priority, and so that it would blast outward instead of drawing inward. But I can't control it. No kidding. Really, I hadn't noticed. Oh, there's Comet.
Oh boy.
Yep. Wow, that Cutter can really move fast when he wants to. Tell me about it. They're trying to still they're reminding us about the mystery of Comet.
And that's a pretty good, it's not in your face, but it's just right there. And
yep, we got all of our all of our four suspects right there. The horse, Dick, Maddie, and Cutter.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, trying to get it all off of him, trying to stop it, but then someone swoops in and stops it. That almost blew me away. I was afraid someone would say that someone had to. Well, glad I could be of help. Pleasure talking with you. Do you ever blink? Well, take care, hun. Wow. Supergirl, you okay? Yeah, fine. Hey there, anyone looking for a horse? It's Joy. Joy, it's Andy. And that's Dick's horse. Andy, where'd you find him? Just horsing around. So we're having all the different people there. And of course, I'm really... So remember, Maddie was not one of the options. It was all these guys. So I lost track of Dick and Cutter and the horse, and Andy just showed up, which means any of them could be Maddie. What's wrong? I'm really, really, really starting to hate this town. Tell me about it. Oh, now this tied into during the Millennium Giants, which was the wrap up of the Electric Blue, which was when we had the red and blue.
Oh, okay.
Which, as Jared would agree, has mentioned, is when the story got bad, and even he admits he doesn't blame Lois for getting fed up with them. He even says Diana would have gotten fed up with these two. I don't ever let that forget. Whenever he actually says something positive about Lois, I never let him forget it.
And now I'm going to remind him for sure.
Oh, he'll acknowledge it. He'll acknowledge it that during the red and blue portion of the Electric Blue, even he's like, again, he would admit Diana would get fed up with these two with how much they bickered. So he's like, I don't blame Lois at all. But yeah, so I told you. Why didn't you listen? Wouldn't you? He let you listen. Damn you, Phobos! Damn you to Hades for letting them die. When I could have saved them. And someone is stuck in there having these illusions and everything. My name isn't Lucy. It's Cassandra. And you and this place and everyone in it are in incredible danger. There's going to be fire everywhere, just like before. So she's seeing some vision of an Earthborn angel, like Supergirl. Let me tear my eyes out. Maybe that'll make the vision stop. Please, get these gloves off my head so I can't. Somebody help me! Now, I should make clear that this is when these giants had formed up that are basically trying to fulfill the Millennium Prophecy, but a bit early.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Fred and I have been talking, Lynn. Oh, what did you think about the stuff with Paul meeting up with Fred, anyway? What do you think about that, of him being the one to actually interact? Again, I wish other writers would think about stuff like this.
Oh, everything is interconnected, and it's good twists, good connections, and
it's logical.
Right. And yeah, like you said, these writers just don't know how to have character interactions. Everyone has
focus on the heroes.
It feels that everyone has to be distant too.
Yep, and they just focus, like I said, they just focus on the hero side. That's why I'm loving Jeremy Adams' work. He does so much with characters.
He does. My only critique with him right now is that him saying that he doesn't know what to do with Mira.
True, but you can't be perfect. No one can be perfect.
Right, but overall, I would say, and as far as with Jared being a big Green Lantern fan, and apparently,
oh yeah, the Green Lantern books have been so good.
Yeah, so I definitely trust Jared's judgment on that. So yeah,
you can trust mine too. Trust me, he really gets characters.
Yeah. So,
and Williamson does to a point, but he's good at a handful of characters.
I think with Williamson,
it's the characters he wants to focus the story on.
That, and I feel like he's very, he wants to not, and I think he admitted this too. He doesn't want to tip the scale. He doesn't want to create controversy. He basically wants to write a lot of fluff.
Fluff, a good story, but I would say that what he's writing, like what he's done with Alexa and all stuff, has been really good. I would not call that fluff.
Yeah, but what I mean by fluff is basically he wants to make it a little bit easier to have somewhat of a happy ending.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, for me, I love drama, so it's like if I want to have those lasting, consequences.
Right. Oh, I love this. Good thing Pa was there as well when Dad told me. I don't know how I would have handled it on my own. Fred and I have been talking, Linda. And well, it was my suggestion that he tell you. I felt he had a right to know, and you had a right to know. And he agreed. Mom's an alcoholic, but I never knew. How could I not know? Something like that. Jeez. You guys met in a bar? Didn't you? That's what you told me. I know. Yes, I know, honey. back in the old days. We closed out a few bars, your mom and I. But it never occurred to me that there was a problem. We love going out, doing the town. I finally found a girl I could party with. I think her old man boozed it too, or whacked her around. Maybe part of the reason she married me was to get away from him. But I got older, or sober, so to speak, while her drinking escalated. She lost jobs because of it, had stashes everywhere. I realized she needed help, but she wouldn't do anything about it. Finally, I walked out. I had enough. We were pretty much through. And what happened? You did. Your mother discovered she was pregnant a couple of weeks after I left her. She wouldn't have an abortion. Didn't believe in it. But she knew alcohol would hurt you. She took it as, well, a sign. A sign it was time to do the right thing. One of the AA steps is affirming your belief in God and putting yourself into his hands. Wait, seriously? Please tell me that's not real.
Yeah, it's
Please tell me that's not a real thing.
it is. It is. It very much is. I mean,
Oh,
they
you
have it
gotta be.
in.
Okay, I'm not a anti-religious person. I am Christian raised, but very agnostic in my views. But this just feels like, really? No wonder we get such heavy born again Christians if that's the case when they do stuff like that.
Oh, definitely. It's um a lot of people who have gone through a lot, they feel like, you know, when they're getting themselves cleaned up, in a sense, you do have certain pastors or, counselors. They do feel
But
like they're gonna,
you get why I'm reacting this way though, right? It just
yes,
feels a little railroading them into religion.
yes, they do that in real life. I mean, this subject has been on a lot of TV shows, a lot of movies before,
Right.
so I'm not surprised that it's here. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of heavy-handedness. I mean, you can't just thrust, in a sense,
Into religion, them into religion,
into
yeah.
religion like that. They have to. It has to be their spiritual journey, and you can't guilt trip anyone or judge them, but a lot of people do that. And
Mm-hmm.
as I said earlier, you can go to the extremes. If you
Yep.
are super religious, then you come out of that, you become an alcoholic,
Yep.
you do things. And then if you have had a hard life and
Like
you're trying
her.
to, yeah, and you're trying to clean yourself up, then you become super religious to where it's an obsession, or it's, you're judgmental. And either way, either extreme is very bad.
Yep. I would say Sylvia at least was not an annoying devout Christian. A little overboard, but not to an annoying
Right,
degree.
right.
And I like that. She became one of the most devout women he ever knew. It wasn't easy at first. She wanted the booze so bad. And you know what I like about this? This is done for character stuff, not for, oh, on a special episode.
Right.
Especially when we find out the whole, like, it was you, and like you were her lifeline. So when she believed that lifeline would cut, she just, oh Lord, I never should have said anything. Never should have told you. You did the right thing. Stereo. Ah, jeez, you guys. You're the two best fathers a merged human protoplasmic being could have. I love that. Again, the writing on this is so good. I'm going to keep repeating that throughout this whole time we go over this, but it is.
Yes, yes, it is.
I mean, seriously, this is so touching. And then you have a joke like that. You're the two best fathers a merged human protoplasmic being could have. But yeah, and then she's dealing with the Millennium Giant. Oh, that girl got clunked on the head, and she's starting to remember her own stuff. I'm not your daughter. I'm not your daughter, Lucy. But I'm not really. I'm actually Cassandra. I predicted the fall of Troy and was murdered by the jealous wife of Agamemnon. You see, I was the beloved of Phobos. Oh boy, another case of someone thinks she was kind of like Wally.
Yeah.
In this case, though, she's being looked at as delusional. Oh boy, I'm not going to run for my destiny. Let my doom take me. I don't care. At last, I'll see the truth before I die, and that's all that matters. Oh, Supergirl's deal with I love it. I'm doomed anyway. We all are. I've seen it. It will all end in flames. What, in Hades? Fire. Did somebody fire him? Drop something on? He missed. I must have a guardian angel. Only way I could still be alive. Oh, and Supergirl's responsible. Supergirl, fancy meeting you. It's Comet saving her. Then Superman Red saves both of them. I know it. Superman, but you're red, like a book.
Wow, that's very.
Of course, that then leads to Teen Titans. We don't need to follow but that's just tied in for that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Like, also, like, oh, absolutely. You just got to go right on believing that. They know, like, the good guys always win. Oh boy, she thinks something worse is going to happen. Yep. I don't care who started it. Yep. You're making this harder and needlessly hard on yourself, Z1. You're in the wrong, and you know it. Okay. You can feel if you wish. I'm afraid it will do you little good. My employers want the money, Z1. The money without which you as you are would not exist. You will give it to me, or you will give yourself over to fill out the term of the contract. Either way, it makes no difference to me. Now, and there now, just to reseal it. So, freezes him underneath. And flies up, goes right past Supergirl. Wow. Sorry. I like Comet already.
Yeah.
I like when people are that adorably nice. Oh, she finally gets around to reading that book. Kismet, stranger. We just keep running into each other. Still on your angel kick for your statues? Just reading up for inspiration, Andy. Let's see. One subgenre of angel written of in only a few rare texts is the Earthborn Angel or Earth Angel. Similar to Earth's elementals, Earth angels are part of both the Seraphim and Guardian Angel order. Bridging the gap between heaven and earth, there are 3 at any given time, overseeing love, light, and fire respectively. An Earthborn angel is believed to be created under very specific circumstances, which one person selflessly sacrifices himself or herself for the purpose of saving one who is in every way beyond hope. That would explain everything!
Yes.
Perfectly sums it up right there.
Right. And
Linda
again,
was beyond hope.
Yeah, and it's not. Again, it's not a religious thing. It's not. It's going from the death and reborn, or given a second chance in life and stuff like that. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. You believe this stuff? It's food for thought. That's all. How about some real food? Spend some quality time, huh? Okay. Cherub. We good to go? We gone. You okay back there, Linda? Speed doesn't bother you? Not in the least. So I love it. Hey, look you over there. How's your mom? Recovering. How's yours? The same. What is this guy? Psychic? Well, not this time, Dickie Poo. Check this horsepower. Oh, but then meets up with Martha's coming to meet her. Oh, wait, let me guess. A shrink? My name's Martha, and I think I have some idea of what you're going through. Lady, you can even begin to have the slightest idea. I have problems you can't grasp, and I really don't want to talk to you, or be here, or be anywhere, so just, I'm Supergirl's mother. Sorry to be so abrupt, but sometimes you have to whoop a mule upside the head to get his attention. I love Martha!
I love that.
That analogy?
Yeah, the analogy.
Whoop a mule upside the head to get his attention.
Yeah.
My husband and I, we found Supergirl when she first arrived here on Earth. we took her in and loved her and care about her. So let's chat mom to mom. So if something's on your mind, Lynn, it's like you're a million miles away. I'm sorry, just thinking about my mom and just wanting things to be better with my life. Yeah, you get on with your mom. My folks haven't spoken to me in a while, but hey, you live with it, you know. Anything you want to talk about? Hey, girls. Hope I'm not interrupting your intimate girl talk. Are there like only 9 people in this whole town? Ha! Linda, if you see Maddie, she won't return my call. She won't. Is there something going on between you two, Cutter? It's nothing. It's nothing I really want to talk about. And I doubt it'd be much interest to my loving ex here. You got that right. Chunk, 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 chunk. I haven't seen her in the last couple of days, actually. Sorry. Okay, well, if you let her know I really want to talk to her, have fun with your lunch. Why was Carter and Carter talking like that? Saying stuff funny and making little quotes and stuff. It was aimed at me. Hey, like Lynn, there's something that I want to discuss. Might be a little tricky. Well, let's just say it straight out. That's kind of tough because I'm not straight, and I'd like to see. I called it. I'd like to see see more of you on a social basis. Feel free to swallow. I called it.
Wow.
Everything was setting up. Was clear that she's bi.
Yeah.
Everything was leading up to this. And again, look how organic this felt.
Yeah, it was a very natural thing. It's not for shock value or anything like that. It's just going with the flow of the story. And again, the characters are written as.
I mean, it was kind of obvious. It did kind of hit you over the head a little bit, but in a way where you're like, no.
Could be, maybe, we'll see.
But now they confirmed it. I love it also. Well, let's just say it straight out. Well, that's kind of tough. I love that. Oh, but dealing with that one guy again. Jeez, Linda, say something. It's not like I've just confessed to being an axe murderer, for pity's sake. I'm just surprised that I don't know. I mean, I'm flattered, but I'm not, gay. I know, that's what you say, and maybe you're right. But I'll tell you, Linda, I look into your eyes, and I feel like I see another woman in there. That's understandable. I guess, is that why you left Cutter? Because you were one of the reasons, yeah. I kept be drawn to guys who were wrong for me. So I know she's not bi. She is les, but kept on,
Yeah.
Cutter was her beard, in other words, but she didn't realize it.
Exactly.
Maybe I was just trying to force myself to realize what was right for me. Nuts. She had to bring that up. With the likes of Luther and Bud, it's not like my own taste in men hasn't been anything to write home about as Linda or as Supergirl. And I think you might be the same way. But wait a minute. There's nothing wrong with Dick. He's sweet and nice and polite and doesn't exactly grab you, does he? The chemistry isn't quite right. Okay. Andy is a little too aggressive.
Yeah.
She's coming off a little bit like oh no, you are Les, girl.
Yeah, that again is something that you are, especially with trying to have,
I think she's a little desperate.
Exactly. And being infatuated with someone and you desperately want them to like you the same way.
I hate to bring it up, it's kind of similar, but in the wrong way to the whole trans people are saying, well, they didn't know about it. But again, that's the worst example. That is the worst example, of course. This is at least in a case where it's not like Linda's intending to give the false signals, but she unintentionally did.
Right.
You get what I mean? Because it's obvious. There's some stuff there like, it feels like there's another woman in there. It's like, uh-oh. Technically there is.
That double meaning.
But it's like, again, everything she's done, how she's run off and everything. Yeah, that's going to make Annie think. She's in the closet and she doesn't know it. I'll just give her the same awakening I had.
Yeah.
But then again, showing that Andy is perceptive, very perceptive, to a fault.
Right.
Like, I love this. Like, I think you're funny and amazingly perceptive, but hold it. Do you smell something? Uh-oh. I'm terribly sorry to interrupt your meals, lady, but my DNA trace device says that one, or perhaps both, I suppose, of you have been in close proximity to the individual codenamed Z1. Uh-oh. And I love it. It's nothing personal. Yeah, well, this is, Andy, a bus umbrella isn't going to help. You're a feisty one. Uh-oh, and they took Linda away. But Comet saves her.
Again.
I've got you, Linda. Just leave everything to me. He knows my name. How'd he know my name? And lead into a big fight, and you follow the sports page, Fred? Follow is too mild. More of a high-speed pursuit, actually. Uh-oh. Well, she has a lot of anger, Fred. She doesn't know whether to mourn or rejoice, and the concept of her child as a superpowered being fighting all manner of threats is terrifying to her. She's fairly adjusting to have a police officer for a husband. This has that element of danger only increased infinitely. She feels she has nowhere to turn except back to one other thing that ever made her happy, or can at least numb her happiness. She told you all this? Well, no, actually, she said and wouldn't say a blasted thing. I'm just guessing. I can't go through this again. I can't go through this again. What are you gonna do? File for divorce. Oh no. Yeah, if Ma can't even get through to her.
That is, well,
Now,
it's up to Supergirl to save the day and save her family.
Yep. This is none of your affair, Angel. It is now. Excuse my lack of manners, Comet, but I wish to test a little. Aha! I suspected that you wouldn't wish to harm my human shield, angelic one. Oh, jeez. Whoever this guy is really wants him down. My father's a priest, and my soul is pure. Were I blind, I would still recognize you for what you are. You are. Understand, though, I have a job to do, and not angel, nor devil, nor God in his heaven will stop me, and certainly no powers of yours. It's flatly impossible that he can catch and throw a telekinetic blast back at me. Knowing that helps make it hurt a little less. I gotta find this guy interesting, and his design is interesting too.
Yes.
Yeah, you have 24 hours to produce the money you owe. Otherwise, we take this town apart brick by brick. This is about money? Yes, the money that Comet would be well advised to pay up. You're letting him get away? Yep. And you can either run off again, or you can come with me and find out why I let him go. Oh boy, but oh, here we go. Dear God, just for once, don't let him be a villain. Ha! I love that.
Wow. So, I mean, they really didn't, like, the interactions was there, but it's just so, now this is very much a shock value type thing.
Yeah, it is. But we were hinting off that she was like, oh my. So we were setting that up a bit, both here and the previous issues where she was falling for him fast and hard.
Right.
Doesn't help that he's a horse.
I don't think she would actually, like, think of a horse.
Unfortunately, this is where you've seen some people make the joke saying, oh, yeah, but it's like he's an alien who takes the shape of a horse. He's not a centaur.
It's a little very comic booky, I would say.
It is. So you said you can get money to get me off the hook with the stable. Oh, that right? How much do you need? About 3.5 million. Good Lord, what is that going to buy you? Oh, yeah, my freedom. So where's the money? You said you could turn up. We had a deal, Comet. First, you have to tell me about your backstory. Money first, if you please. Okay, obviously it doesn't please. But how about I tell you en route? Deal? I am so screwed. I just know it. God, I could swim in those eyes. So something about him is it's something about his aura.
Yeah, definitely.
Hold on, time out for 1 second. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Go away, I'll cut this part out.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
By the way, funny little tidbit I got reminded of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, have you ever you ever heard the musical Avenue Q?
No.
Okay, well it's a spoof on Sesame Street.
Mm-hmm.
And it has like a whole bunch of weird funny jokes. It's supposed to be like Sesame Street for adults. And it has stuff like everyone's a little bit racist, or the internet is for porn and all that, or you can be as loud as the hell you want when you're making love. But the funny thing is, the people who did the music won an Oscar for their songs. You want to know what song won them the Oscar?
Okay.
Let it go.
Wait. Let it
Yes,
go.
from Frozen.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I love to tell people that because they get that reaction. They're like, wait, what? The people who did Avenue Q's music went on to do Frozen's music.
Wow. That is, I mean, that's very interesting to go from adult to.
I know. To go from adult to one of the biggest kid stuff songs.
Yes.
Yeah, the song guy is Robert Lopez. But
Well,
yeah,
so
I'm sorry. I just got reminded of that fact when I stepped away, so I figured I had to bring it up.
that is a fun fact to know.
It is one of those facts where you're just like, wait, what? But especially when I phrased it that way, right? Like, But
Hmm.
he won an Oscar for one. And you probably were like, what song did he possibly win an Oscar for, right?
Yeah, with those titles, I was thinking, okay, what
Yeah,
the
but I say,
Oscars?
let it go. And you're like,
Yeah,
wait,
really?
what?
Yeah, how can you go from
What? Hey,
adult
it's
to
still it's still music.
true? Very
It's still
artful.
music.
Hmm.
Yeah, exactly. So he just went from one, then he eventually did the stuff for Frozen, for Coco. But turns out he also worked on the Book of Mormons
Hmm. Interesting.
and the Finding Nemo musical.
Oh, so he has a
He has
record.
range.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, but Avenue Q is his most raunchiest.
Yeah, definitely.
Trust me, it is a very good musical to check out. But anyway, back to this now. But Fred, you're making a big mistake. You can't be serious. Now you're speaking about finding a divorce when your wife needs you more than ever. She doesn't need me, except maybe as another crutch to be added to her list, along with alcohol, Linda, and God. I'm tired of it, and I'm through being her support system. How dare you? It's for better or worse, son, not until I'm tired. I'm hearing the despair talking now, not the man I've come to know. Don't you dare walk out on her. All due respect, it's my life, Jonathan, and I'll do what I have to do. You're right, Jonathan. It is the despair talking. But what are we going to do about it? Martha, you can't believe how much I was hoping you know the answer to that one. Again, Peter David gets these two. And this is him continuing what so many of the writers and post-credit Superman had handled with these two. These are the type of people who have a lot of the answers, but when it doesn't go in the right that direction, they are just lost.
Right. I mean,
They have the
they
answers
can
to a
represent,
point.
right, and they can be the wise old couple that has gone through a lot. They aren't perfect. So
No,
no, they aren't going to have all the answers, but they can
a
still
lot. Yeah,
be supportive, and
but
still show
no.
that they um yeah, even if they don't have the answer, they'll still be supportive and still root for you or, whichever
Mm-hmm.
character to get through what they need to.
And I love how they could tell it is the despair talking. It's not his own decision. But yeah, so like I was connected to LexCorp for a time, and they had a division involved with salvage projects. So she explained what she knows where the money is. I was a jockey, you see, one of the best. It was as if I had a special affinity for horses, as if we were linked somehow. Horse and rider. Then one day, one awful day, it was the biggest race I was ever in. I was the one I've been building. It was the one I've been building up my entire life. I was ahead of the pack, home free, and then suddenly it was the pain, the shock, like a surf filled with he got trampled. And even said how he had nothing. He was a complete basket case because of that. And then literally in a basket.
Right. Oh, that's sad. There's a lot of tragic stories,
Yeah.
backgrounds for these characters.
Then this guy showed up, a dwarf, had an accent. I couldn't place, vaguely Jamaican, and best of all was his name. My name is Mr. Stubbs. I represent Mr. Carnivian. Up! Recognize that name? Earlier.
Oh, see, all comes together in a
Yep.
full circle.
We have a variety of interests, of a variety of projects, and Mr. Carnivian feels that you would be ideal for one of them. As what? Home plate in the Special Olympics baseball game? Look at me. I'm nothing. I'm a brain in a shell. What the hell kind of physical therapy do you think would do me the slightest bit of good? You would be amazed. You would be amazed. I don't like the sound of that. If I had any brains, I wouldn't have liked it either. Oh dear. Stay on track, Stalker. Keep her and keep on her and him. Now that our dear Zed seems to have picked up an ally, let's see what matter of interest she has to reveal to us. Yep. How can this day get any worse? Guess that my answer. It's Cutter. I knew it. Probably calling to propose with my luck. Is this Dr. Harcourt? Yeah, this is Gisley Robinson. I'm the current head of the African American Awareness League here at Stampone University. The AAAL, the group I helped start? I'll be damned. This is a call for donations or something? None of money, no, of your time and support. You've got professional standing in the community, and we need people like you to help stop a racist bigot from spewing here on Stanhope. I'm there for you, girlfriend, and if you know any reporters or friendly with them, you would ask for that. You would ask for that. Ah! You have to go to Cutter. I love it. You would ask for that. But yeah, so we find out that he was put through all of this type of surgery and everything until, yeah, it's like we decided that your particular case was a good opportunity to test crossbreeding with animal genes, and your affinity for horses made that particular species an ideal candidate. All right, all things considered, I took my new status rather well, I think. They tried to make me part of this elite group of theirs called the Stable, whimsically enough, but I wanted out. They said I could buy my way out of the contract, otherwise I had to work for them. Isn't that illegal? Indentured servitude or something? Believe me, they don't give a damn about legalities. Oh, so she flies down to try and find the money, but the guy's name is Fracture. She's found it, but then, my name's Oblique. Thanks for the gift. And me, I didn't get you anything. Oh boy, these guys are ready to just take the money and ditch him. Oh, and then she's pulled into somewhere. She's transported. Leading to a big fight. Comet, your debt is officially erased. We will take possession of the relics. Supergirl probably intended to return them for a reward, but in the open market will be more lucrative, I think. Think again! Hot, hot! You talk too much! Oh boy! Oh, she blows, to give him air. Oh, and it was, what kind of booby caricature survived for 40 years? Oh! Idiot!
Wow.
It was a Lex thing, remember?
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, it would blow. All right.
Wow, that was a lot of action really fast, and then you end off with an explosion.
Next and last issue we'll be covering is Supergirl with guest starring Steel. Yep, free speech, yes. Racism, no. Landers, go home. No racist talk. And notice, we have multiple mixed race people here.
Yes.
I wish we actually would have this instead of just, what we have more lately. Uh-oh.
It's it's some writers, that try to.
They think it's one way or the other.
Right. They try to go into this subject, and yeah, it comes off at times very offensive. Very
Tom Taylor's guilty of that. When he writes like, yeah,
definitely. He's definitely he basically tries to get.
He's well-meaning. He's well-meaning. I give him that. He's well-meaning, but like when he writes it like, and illegals, none of them are evil. They're never evil.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like his writing is very much for Twitter bait and like likes, and he wants that attention. So
I don't think he has that bias too.
Yeah, and at times it feels like it's not genuine, that he's just following, the crowd or the whatever's hype. So I generally don't like Tom Taylor's writing, and especially with how he did with John. It was like for him to, you have.
Oh yeah, we've been over it. Yeah, we've been over that. Yep.
Right. It's like going into a protest or whatever, but to say, "Oh, I was locked up for 45 minutes," is kind of like, that's not how you do it.
Yep. This is so terrific. The kind of power and strength in numbers. And that shows we'll have no tolerance for hate speech here. You cut it thin, Cutter. thought you weren't going to make it. Sorry about that, Maddie. So you and Mr. Sharp are friends, Maddie? Oh, yeah, Giselle. We're friends. Actually, I don't know where we stand since she gave me the bums rush after we woke up in bed together. And call me Cutter, Giselle. Okay. By the way, I hear Landers is in town a day early. The slime bag talk about not taking a hint. Yeah, I know. I've had an interview with him, and I have an interview with him in 20 minutes. What, Cutter? How? Why are you bothering? Because a reporter is supposed to cover all sides of a story, even when one of the sides is a slime bag. Way to go, Cutter!
So he's not bad. He's, he has his ways,
yeah.
but
But it's a case where it's making it clear. A good reporter would go for both sides.
right.
They
Yeah,
wouldn't
objective.
objective reporting, not bias reporting.
Right.
Which again reminds me of the whole stupidity with Greg Rucka's Lois Lane.
Yeah, I think Rucka, he's even with Wonder Woman.
I've heard this
he's
before.
definitely...
Yep, I've heard this before from one creator. Rucka has now given up trying to be subtle. He feels he has to be heavy-handed now because otherwise we got Trump in office. It seems ever since Trump, he's felt we have to be heavy-handed. It has to be.
Right. I mean, he definitely with his Wonder Woman run too, he's trying to do a lot of revisionist, history of that. And it's kind of like, yeah, the heavy-handedness is you're taking away who these characters are in a sense, and they are becoming more of your mouthpiece.
Exactly.
And so it's very unnecessary. Just if it calls for a political story, then by all means, but
don't be thinking like
characters,
someone who was a military brat raised by a very militaristic father. It's just because, oh, she's a journalist. Of course she's a leftist.
Yeah,
No.
I think that he was just... What's weird to me also is that he wanted to go very hard on the political aspect, but yet again with his Wonder Woman run though, he kind of had her with like Steve Trevor is kind of like, you have to pick and choose, which way you want to go.
Yep.
And I just see he's very, like I said, he's very picky with what he wants to defend or go against. And it's like in that wishy-washy sense. So yeah, like I said, you have to, if the story calls for the political statements, by all means. And it has to come natural with the story. But other than that, yeah, please leave it at a neutral state.
Yep. Oh, apparently it's Lee Bird's 100th centennial. Of course, she then goes like, she meets up with Sylvia. Are you going to just come in or just sulk around out there? I just want to see how you were. Fine. Considering your father has informed me he's filed for divorce. What? It must be a mistake. He wouldn't do that. I'm a drunk. Why wouldn't he? And that's it. There's no discussion, no debate, no nothing. Mom, don't call me that. Mom, enough already. It's me, Linda. How many times do I know? Obviously, by this point, Linda has become more of her personality in here. This is not super. If you know how subtle this was, that it was Linda building back up. It is not just super, Matrix posing as her.
Right.
In fact, we didn't even realize when it started. We don't.
I mean, you get tidbits here and there, but yeah, that's just how it's flowing with everything else that's happening, more openly, then it's sort of like a behind the scenes type thing that's, slowly building towards.
Exactly. I love it. Like, how many times how do you know? How do you know you're really her? Of course I'm me. I feel it. I feel it that that woman, Martha, told me you're a shapeshifter. Linda could just be another shape you've imitated. Maybe you're no more really Linda than a photograph of the Mona Lisa is the real Mona Lisa. Mom, I, I want to believe. You have no idea how much to improve and how much. Prove it to me. What would you have me do? Some things you just have to keep take on faith. Mom, if you didn't have a driver's license or ID, you couldn't prove you're you. But you know you're you, even inside, even without any of that. Same with me. You have to take it on faith. I don't even take God on faith anymore. I'll tell him that next time I see him. Great. Now what? Is Dr. Maddie Harcourt around? She took off the next couple of days. Some sort of thing at Stanhope University. Said she had to be there for it. Well, okay, thanks. So flies on out there. Of course, you're the one who was having lunch with the Danvers girl, right? And that guy, Fracture, grabbed her and took her off. She's okay. Just wanted to let you know. I dropped her off at her house a while ago. Nice butt. It seems like once we now know that Andy is gay, he kind of turns it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about that.
It's more so like he's had it building, you know, in a subtle manner, but now that it's open, then
And this is something she
it
would
feels
say.
free.
This is something she would say.
Right. It's now free to just be open with it. I mean, they do this all the time on TV shows, you know.
Yep. Once the
Especially
person's out, they turn it up a little bit, but I hope he doesn't
right,
go overboard with it and make it be she's the gay one.
right. That is, and especially now with present day writing, they do have that
Oh
just
yeah,
as the quote unquote
Iceman.
personality. Right.
Iceman. The
And
moment he became outed, he was the gay one.
yeah, the personality of the character.
Yep, of course. So we have Cutter meeting him up. It's like, so how are your horns, Dr. Lander? I've heard you're pretty much the devil incarnate. Mr. Sharp, I've been called a lot worse than that. Trust me. I have opinions that are unpopular. So did Copernicus and Jesus. I'd rather not be crucified or excommunicated, obviously, but I still stand by my theory. My research indicates that, quite simply, the black population of this country stands to be the ultimate ruination of it. Okay, if any of this feels a little too much, let me know.
Oh no, I mean it's getting into the the politics and stuff. It's
Right, but hold on. But anyway, between the lowering of quality of the workforce, blah, blah, we know this stuff. We hear it nowadays too, unfortunately. You
right.
understand how racist that sounds? And Dean King, the school endorses Dr. Lander's position. The school endorses only a free flow of ideas. Dr. Landers will have a national tour promoting a new book, and he voices ideas that could influence lawmakers. Like it or not, he's news. We'll do the students no favors by shielding them from opinions, even upsetting opinions. Okay, I get where they're going with this. This is a school I'd rather have exist than one who is closed-minded.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's a horrible thing. This guy is completely racist, but I get where the school is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
It's better than the cowardly schools we have nowadays. who even feel Jerry Seinfeld is too risque for the kids.
They yeah, that goes on more of the line of being too sensitive, I would say.
Right.
That everything is offensive, everything is it's kind of like you have to censor so much.
Yep. Hey, look, and it's Steele, who is public by this point. I believe in the First Amendment, but even the First Amendment is not absolute. There are limits where it presents a danger to the health and well-being of the populace. I know this man, this Dr. Taylor Lander, sociologist and anthropologist. I know the poison he speaks in his words, in his actions. He slanders an entire race of people. He fosters on hatred, and encourages belief that will inevitably lead to violently against people of color. There are certain words which need not be listened to and should not be uttered. I urge you, do not use violence. Instead, create a picket line and peacefully raise your voices in protest to drown out the poison. This is your right as proud African American. The hecklers veto Dr. Irons. Is that what you're advocating? And you are Cutter Sharp, Leesburg Trib. So you think unpopular speech should be shouted down despite the First Amendment? I think the First Amendment is not a suicide pact, Mr. Sharp. Its existence does not require people to tolerate speech which advocates their disenfranchisement or destruction. African Americans have fought for years to achieve the current status quo, and we have so much further to go. We do not need people like Dr. Landers rolling it back. Furthermore, there are threats against him. He presents a further danger to this campus since his very presence is incendiary. He is a clear and present danger since public safety is an issue. If you consider that fact, Doctor, that if that same logic had been applied 40 or so years ago, Martin Luther King would never have been able to allow to speak anywhere, you think the white establishment wanted disruption of the status quo, or that the town governments wanted to risk violence by allowing civil rights demonstration? Cutter, this is not cool. That same First Amendment, which you toss aside now for convenience, is the same document that enabled the launch of the same civil rights movement you now stand behind. It wasn't the First Amendment that got us that. It was the blood and bodies of our brother. You care, and you compare that Feinbaum Landers to Dr. King? The hell with you! Oh, this is not good. Oh boy, this matches the current stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it never.
Cutter
Yeah.
is not. It's the complexity of the issue.
Yeah.
Where do you stand? Okay, where do you stand on this? Who do you think? Would you agree? This is like both sides are right and wrong.
As I said, being neutral,
Mhm.
I'm always for the people's right, and
Mhm.
politically and with I don't trust, like politicians and stuff like that. I really
Oh, me
don't.
neither.
Um, so it's more so just for me, it's always just for the people and
Mhm.
to help the less fortunate,
Right.
women and
Agreed.
children, and yeah, be more respectful of diversity.
Yes.
That is my number one issue or my stand
Mhm.
on things is
Agreed.
if you are in the fight for equality and respect for the people, for diversity, and you know then yeah, that is the side that I'm on.
Yep.
um
Oh, I love this. Calmly, folks. He's a reporter. He's paid to ask questions. Don't attack the man just for doing his job. I wish we would hear that phrase more often.
well, no, you're not. I mean,
Uh,
still, as far as still, I didn't know that he had a public identity,
well, he
and
didn't at first. Eventually, he did.
also, I mean, this more political talk, and it, he's
Showing
more
both
on,
sides.
yeah, he's on both sides, but he also, there's a difference of this still and the current one where he was mostly, about, well, this is probably where they got the idea in Action Comics when they were talking about the refugees from War
Uh,
World.
oh, yep, yep.
And yeah, these stories are always a rinse and repeat. So current,
Right.
rinse and repeat. And how, Steele was trying to be that voice, but they never really conveyed it as it is here.
No.
This is where it is a neutral type thing of both sides are being heard.
Yeah. And they have a point.
Yeah, but with Steele, it felt like more of he was just within his company of steelworks, then actually that whole plot, that subplot of the refugees was completely dropped. So again, I much prefer if Steel is with this characterization, then
Yeah.
the Steelworks just a company that I mean you really don't care about, you know,
True.
that
But
they have
I
currently.
still enjoyed that mini. I still enjoyed that mini. It was still a well written book.
Yeah, it was. It just felt like it needed to be more impactful, especially if you are trying to rejuvenate these characters that
Hmm.
had an impact early on. You know, you
Oh
need to
yeah.
give them that um a little bit more push in
Right.
the storytelling.
Oh wait, what the hell did you think you were doing? You were supposed to come to help get positive attention to what's been done here. Not pick a fight or embarrass me. I just wanted people to think a moment. That's all. Excuse the snot out of me for trying to get the truth. I didn't realize that everyone in that place but me had such a clear grasp on what it is. This is hopeless. I can't talk to you. You almost got your damn fool butt killed, and I'm not thinking cripes. And where do you stand this? Linda? I don't know. I mean, isn't there enough hatred in the world already? Why tolerate more or any? Okay, you know about the Martian Skokie? No, what's a Skookie? Skookie, Illinois is very heavy Jewish population, including a number of Holocaust survivors. American Nazi Party decided that would be the perfect place to hold a rally. They did it because they wanted the attention that protest would bring. People tried to stop the rally, and the ACLU had decided whose side they were on. Ultimately, they decided they had to defend the Nazis' right to march. The ACLU took a big hit. Memberships plummeted, and a number of people resigned from the board of directors. A lot of people felt that the ACLU did the wrong thing, that their mandate to protect civil liberties didn't extend to Nazis. Yeah, but Cutter, gee, supporting Nazi? Linda, I'm Jewish. Nazi turned my stomach. But the cost of my freedom to talk about, I don't know, Israel is Nazis having the right to spew their attitude. Don't you get it? The moment anybody is shut up, everybody's at risk. Yeah, I know the drill. I disagree with what you say, but to send the death, you're right to say it. And you know what, Cutter? You can know how I feel. Because until this second, I didn't know you were Jewish. But I got my skin color up front. And Steele's right. There's some stuff that people just shouldn't have to listen to. Oh, meanwhile, we're Wanda Lee, but it can't be that Wanda Lee. So someone wakes up and all that, like, what are you doing? I leave her alone. Take your snooping somewhere else. Oh, go. I said, go, or I'll have your butt fired. My God, just look at her. So now we're setting something else up. Look, Steele, how about setting an example and getting out of the way, huh? I believe I am setting an example, officer. I've suggested that a good doctor be escorted to a place of safety. The student's been informed that there will be no talk here before this matter escalates into full-blown violence. Is that a threat? Not at all. Merely a concern. We all have our concerns, Steele. What pushed me? You're the one who's pushing, Steele. Pushing an already dicey situation. They're not going to understand. Not realize that Lander's bull sickens me as much as it does them. But I can practically see the papers tomorrow distorting it. Supergirl supports racism. Supergirl bullies students. Just once, I wish that the right thing and the easy thing were the same thing. Like, I know you're still relatively new to this world, Supergirl, but if you think I'm going to stand here and let you side with racists and bigots, you need a serious wake-up call. Thanks, Cleo. Glad I could count on you. Return. Doof! Riots, Dr. Iron? Protests? Proving my point by showing the dangers your people present? The danger is presented by you, Dr. Landers, by you and your racist belief, by yours. Just making friends everywhere, aren't you, Steele? You wear the S and you fight for prejudice. I fight for ideas, Steele. Who's going to decide which ideas get spoken? You, me, and what will happen when people don't say what's on their mind? Then what have you got? A more polite, more thoughtful, more responsible society. Damn! What the hell? What are you? A guardian angel. And sometimes I have to guard things you can't even see. All right. What the student union? Someone blew it up as soon as Landers got in. The next moment are somewhat confusing. Come on. Ah, hell. Relax, gentlemen. I've got you covered. Steel, back, please. So he was still helping up a guy who just happened to be black. Except he absorbs all the flame. So you're happy? Because of intolerance, we wound up with violence. Yep. What do you mean, yep? Work on it, Dr. Irons. Work on it. You saved my butt. Part of my asking, but why? A man like you? Why? Because I could. Well, thank you. Uh-huh. And cops are looking into the bombing. Can't say I was happy with it, but I can't say I'm surprised. I just wish I knew where Supergirl got off to. I'd love her a chance to explain to her why her actions were so wrong-headed. Problem is? Nope. Giselle, you didn't have anything to do with. No, of course not. My only concern was making people aware of what we're all about. In fact, next month we're doing even more in that regard. Flyers just went around about, excuse me, is it true your group is sponsoring an appearance by Dr. Muhammad Santos? Yes, one of the foremost thinkers of the Nation of Islam, a major proponent of Black pride, and an anti-Semite. He's an inspirational, dramatic speaker. It's not fair to single out one aspect. That's not fair. And what's not fair is having this bigot at this campus. And the Stanhope Jewish Alliance isn't going to stand for his position. Oh, man, do you believe that guy? Some people just don't get it. What's his problem? And we're ending that here, but the irony, the fact that the irony is completely lost.
Yeah. I really do like this dialogue and how they are depicting, this subject. As I said, it's not.
They didn't pick a side, really. They just let it play out realistically.
Right, and it's not offensive. And also, just the part of Supergirl, acknowledging that whatever she does, there will be some people against her for her, and it's much better handled than how, say, the joke issue, trying to make it out to a joke of the Pride book for Wonder Woman. It's like you know that she is a symbol for everyone, and for you to make that out of a joke, it was very, again, it was very tone deaf, for
big time. Now I would say though,
fans.
This book would definitely be considered woke or political. And I don't think anyone would read it, but if they actually did read it, they see it's calling out all sides. No one is in the right or wrong.
Right.
Except for those who truly are in the wrong.
Right.
Which in this case is whoever blew up the place. That is whoever was truly in the wrong.
Right.
I mean, Launders is too, but the fact that he still saved a man.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because he could, but it doesn't mean he gets the one thing. He'll shake the guy's hand.
I mean, at some point they will find, neutral ground.
Exactly. It's going to take a long time, but the hypocrisy here, of course. I love that, the hypocrisy there. He's a major proponent of Black pride, and he's an anti-Semite. But why are you focusing on this? It's like there's a reason why the UCLA did what they did with the Nazi Party. You can't pick, but you have people these days who have to pick,
which it's tough, especially in the high political climate of,
I gotta say, Cutter was the one most in the right during this.
Right.
It's like he's not defending it, and that's the part of the thing we get people say. Even Steele was saying, "You're defending a bigot." No, I'm defending his right to speak.
And that is, I'm definitely glad that we didn't get that Trinity story.
Mm-hmm.
Superman and Wonder Woman protecting a hate speaker.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just feel like, again, it wasn't.
They would not do it right. They would not do it right now. They would so butcher it.
Yeah, so I'm very glad. And I think that to have, Clark and Diana specifically too, as the immigrant, the refugee, try to
Hmm.
protect that, it it really it would send out the wrong message
Big
for,
time.
so yeah, I'm definitely glad we didn't get that story. And here again,
This is
it's
how
a
you do
touchy
it. This is how
subject.
you do it.
Yes, it's a very touchy subject, but it's done in a very um
Oh,
neutral way.
I just noticed. Did you know there's some moments where the artwork gets black and white? Like right here or here.
Yes,
I like that. I
that
think
is
that was
a
intentional.
that is
So you can't tell who is
who is
who.
who.
Even here when they're talking politics and all that, there's a lot of black and whiteness here.
Yeah,
I like that. I mean, the only time we had any color of the crowd was here.
but it's still a very diverse crowd, though.
Exactly. By the way, you want to bet some of those Jews were on the side of trying to say no to that and then showing their hypocrisy too at the end?
Yeah.
You want to bet?
Oh, I believe so.
Yeah, like they were probably there rooting it, and I was like, hey, wait a second. Again, it's the hypocrisy, and this is why you don't make exceptions just because you don't like hearing it.
Right.
That's why Cutter gets the last laugh. He gets the last laugh out of everyone.
Yeah. I mean, he was entertained.
Yep, he's just like, oh my god. So, what did you think of this batch of issues?
It's still the quality remained the same.
Mm-hmm.
It, you know, keeping the flow of the supporting characters. You see more of the um
Parents and all
the
that.
parents are now, really going into that background that they both were, alcoholics or, just loving to go out to clubs, and that pretty much ruined the mother in a way. And
Mm-hmm.
then to know that Linda, she was like her angel. And that's pretty
Yeah,
much the message within this batch. I would say that the message is of, you know, of course, death and reborn and life, full circle and everything. But it's also showing how Linda is still an angel,
yeah,
in some way, whether she is Supergirl or she's an angel for her parents. And
yeah,
just still that tension going with trying to balance out her identities. So
yep.
yeah, the
And the
quality
stuff
is
with
still
Yep,
there.
the stuff with Andy as well. Again, the fact they built it up, you kept thinking like, this seems a little bit like the way they're talking, implying one thing, and yet they're thinking, no, they're just trying to be good friends. And then you find out, oh nope,
Yeah.
the swerve. Like I had the exact same when I first read it. I did the exact same expression Linda did. Like,
It's still, I mean, it was still done in a very
tasteful way.
respectful manner. Yes, exactly.
And the fact that Cutter, he doesn't care. That's remember. Notice how again, it's more of a antsy poking the bear. Like they still care for each other type of divorce. But it's obvious why. I think it explains why it's so amicable.
Right.
Because it was a case where it's like, oh, you're in the girls. I get the hint.
Yeah.
That's kind of what he's like. He's like, I get the hint. Okay. Don't have to spell it out to me.
Yeah, and
But
they just go on. I mean, they have the banter of like I
it's the
don't like
couple. It's their
you,
couple banter. It's their couple banter. It's still there. It still exists.
right.
But yeah, again, overall, this was just so good. The quality is still top tier. But again, I could see again why it didn't last. It's the unfortunate thing. It's like I could see why this went over people's heads.
Yeah. I mean,
Some people
some
just want
people
boom, 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 boom.
exactly, exactly.
And that
But
always bothers me. That's why I've always been a character person.
but at the same time, I think that a lot of people will um go over runs or and especially with the quality of
Hmm.
the current stuff, it's like you are looking for these types of stories. So
Yep.
I think that now, and especially within the climate that the real world is, then yeah, this will be referred to back at some point.
Oh yeah, and there's a reason why people keep want this to be collected. It deserves it.
Right.
It really deserves to be collected because this is just been so good. The characters writing is so strong. It's why when the fact that it got not only dropped but also just no just discontinued entirely from existing has been one of the big problems. It just feels like really we can't have it even acknowledge the continuity anymore.
I think because again, DC, they pick and choose what they want in continuity, and
But this is
it's
before that became a thing, though. Is what I'm saying. This is before that became a thing.
oh well, honestly, it's just because some writers just aren't, they
Yeah,
just don't know what to do with certain things then.
I think it's because they still felt it's still too complicated. And I'll be honest, Peter David is not making it less complicated.
Well, I would say still it feels, you know, um it still it doesn't feel like you have a female version of Superman. That
Nope.
she is Supergirl in her own right, and she's a
Yep.
very very much a unique character.
She very
Um
much is. Yes.
so I enjoy this version more, iteration more, because of that. And it feels like you can tell just a much different story here
Hmm.
with um with her iteration than the usual Kara. I feel like again Kara is a female version of Clark.
Yep.
She's older in a technical sense, but for her to be, you know, basically 16 for
Hmm.
umpteen years, and now they're trying to make her,
Yeah.
21. The movie version of her, or Tom King's version that they are adapting, it feels like, oh, let's make her different. And the way they want to make her different is have her drinking, or she swears, or she punches
Yeah.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that. That's not really giving her character. You're just making her, I don't know, just a 21-year-old with no
Yep. I
responsibility
hear ya.
whatsoever. But yeah, this character though actually is doing a character study, an actual deep dive, and I appreciate that.
Yep. Well, next week after this, we'll be continuing on as we'll have a crossover with Resurrection Man. We'll be coming up on the 25th issue, dealing with Comet's identity being revealed, among so much others. And we got the female Fury showing up,
Oh,
which
nice,
we get a bit more about Twilight.
nice. Mhm.
Yep. And we among so much other stuff. But that'll be later on. So thank you for joining me on this, Brit. Thank you,
Of course.
everyone else. And I'll be trying to find where the StreamYard stuff went. Ah, there it is. And we'll see you all on the next one. Take care.